All right, let's talk about something incredibly important. We're talking about a medication that can, and I mean this, literally save a life in minutes. If you have a friend, a partner, or anyone in your family with diabetes, what we're about to cover could make you a hero in a crisis.
Just imagine that for a second. It's a terrifying thought, right? But for someone having a severe diabetic emergency, it's a very real possibility. Today, we're going to walk you through the plan so you know exactly how to handle that moment.
So, what is this emergency we're talking about? Well, it all boils down to a condition called severe hypoglycemia. And this isn't just, feeling a little shaky from low blood sugar. This is a full-blown medical event.
And this, right here, is the key distinction. With a normal low, a person can grab a juice box or some candy. But with severe hypoglycemia, their brain is so starved for fuel that it can't function properly. They simply can't help themselves anymore. They are completely dependent on someone else stepping in.
And this is exactly why you can't just try to pour juice down their throat. I mean, if they can't swallow safely, the risk of choking is just way too high. When you see these signs, it's a massive red flag that a totally different kind of help is needed, and it's needed right now. So what's the fix? Well, the hero of our story is a hormone called glucagon. You can think of it as the body's own built-in emergency response system for when sugar levels get dangerously low. And what's really cool is that this medicine isn't some weird foreign chemical. It's a bioidentical version of a hormone your own pancreas makes. All we're doing is giving the body a big emergency shot of something it already knows exactly what to do with. To really get how it works, you gotta think about it like this. Insulin and glucagon are like two sides of the same coin. Insulin is the key that locks sugar away inside your cells for energy. Glucagon does the complete opposite. It's the master key that unlocks the body's emergency sugar supply. They're in a perfect balance.
So how does this little hormone hero actually pull off the rescue? It's all about a very specific target and a very, very clear signal.
I absolutely love this analogy because it's just perfect. Your liver stores a bunch of glucose, but it's packed away in a form called glycogen. It's like a warehouse full of energy bars. Glucagon doesn't magically create new sugar. Nope. It just has the emergency key to that warehouse. The whole process is this beautiful, simple chain reaction. The injected glucagon zips through the bloodstream straight to the liver. It basically knocks on the liver cell's doors and yells, "Emergency! Release the sugar, now!" The liver gets the message, breaks down its stores, and dumps all that fresh glucose into the blood, bringing those sugar levels back up into a safer range. Okay, so there is one really crucial point here. A little catch, if you will. This whole rescue mission relies on that warehouse, actually having surprise in it. In some pretty rare situations, maybe after a lot of alcohol or prolonged fasting, the liver's stores can be empty. In those cases, glucagon just won't work as well. The science is super cool, but in a real emergency, what truly matters is how easy the tool is to use. And thankfully, the technology here has come a long way. I mean, let's look at the old kits. Can you imagine trying to do all this with shaking hands while someone you love is unconscious? You had to mix a powder and a liquid, draw it up into a giant syringe. It was just a recipe for error in a terrifying situation. Now, look at the difference. It's night and day. The new options are designed for panic. The auto-injector is basically an EpiPen for low blood sugar. You just press it against the thigh, and you're done. And the nasal spray? Even easier. No needles, nothing scary, just a puff of powder up one nostril. Anyone can do this.
And the best part? It works fast. We're talking within just 5 to 15 minutes, you can expect that glucagon to start doing its job and blood sugar will start to rise.
Then, between 15 and 30 minutes later, that's when you hit the peak effect. This is when the blood sugar is rising the fastest, and it's when you're most likely to see the person start to come around and regain consciousness. But, and this is a big but, the effect is temporary. It's not a permanent fix. You've got about 60 to 90 minutes before it wears off. And that is why what you do next is so incredibly important. Okay, you've given the glucagon and the person is starting to wake up. Take a deep breath. But your job isn't over yet. Here's what has to happen next. First things first, you need to be ready for some side effects. The big one, and I mean really common, is nausea and vomiting. It's just a direct effect of the hormone, so don't be surprised when it happens. A headache or a racing heart can also pop up.
And because vomiting is so likely, this next step is the single most important action you need to take right after giving glucagon. Get them on their side. Roll them over into the recovery position. This simple move keeps their airway clear and prevents them from choking if they do get sick.
So, remember how we said the glucagon is just a temporary patch? Well, as soon as they're awake and able to swallow safely, you have to get some real sugar into them. We're talking juice, glucose tabs, something that acts fast. This gives their body a new source of sugar as the glucagon wears off, preventing another crash.
All right, last piece of the puzzle. To be truly prepared, you've got to know the very rare situations where glucagon should absolutely not be used.
Now look, these conditions are super rare, but they're critical to know. For someone with a pheochromocytoma, which is an adrenal gland tumor, glucagon can cause a dangerous spike in blood pressure. For the other two, which are rare pancreatic tumors, using glucagon can actually make the underlying problem much, much worse.
So there you have it. That's the story of glucagon. It's a natural hormone, a biological key, and thanks to modern medicine, a life-saving tool that's simple enough for anyone to use. You have the knowledge, you have the plan. The only question left is, are you prepared to be a hero?